hearing about the timeline for Kevin Durant's return to the floor?
Yeah, Friday's game on ESPN against the Thunder. I'm not sure that's when we're going to see Durant make his Suns debut.
Welcome back to Suns Valley. So everyone's favorite wind-blowing NBA insider Brian Windhorst has reported that Phoenix Suns superstar power forward Kevin Durant will likely not return Friday versus the franchise that drafted him, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Back then, of course, they were the Seattle Supersonics. RIP. Before we get into Wendy's report, hit the like button for us, please. It really helps the channel out. And tell me in the comments below, when do you think that Kevin Durant will make his first appearance for the Phoenix Suns? So I guess unless you've been living under a rock the last 8 hours, you probably have heard that Sunday versus the Bucks is the estimated return date, according to Brian Windhorst. He also said maybe Wednesday. But let's remember, Brian Windhorst is not always right. For instance, recently saying to keep an eye on the Suns to get Kevin Love, which did not happen. He went to the Heat, so take this with a grain of salt, of course. But he is projecting Sunday versus the Bucks, and far be it for me to question the all-knowing Wendy, who it's a safe bet knows more inside information than I do, but it really doesn't make sense. It will have been 7 full weeks since KD played last for the Nets after suffering an MCL sprain. And if you've seen any of the footage of Kevin Durant at Suns practices, you know he looks great right now. He really actually looks ready to go. Although, of course, no one wants another Devin Booker Christmas situation where you bring a player of either of their magnitudes back early and they get hurt again. So I understand the caution. And I would like to mention, while watching Kevin Durant's introductory press conference in Phoenix, I noticed him give an answer to the question of when will you make your debut that made me think perhaps it really won't be the first game back versus the Thunder. Take a look at this clip of KD.
Is when are you going to take the court?
I don't know, but hopefully soon. You know, hopefully you can feel my enthusiasm to get ready to get out there and play. But I'm a follow the training staff and go on the schedule that they got me on.
The part that doesn't make sense about Wendy's timetable to me is that you seemingly have a perfectly good tune-up game on Friday. The Thunder are coming to Phoenix and sporting a 28-29 record. Sure, they're in contention for the play-in tournament, perhaps even higher if they go on a run. But they would definitely provide a much easier test for KD and the Suns in their first game together, trying to integrate these new pieces together. His first game being against the Bucks makes no sense to me. It feels like an automatic L that we're volunteering for. While unfortunately, the Suns are in a position where they are playing catch up in the Western Conference standings. Do you really want Giannis guarding KD in his first game back? Or Chris Middleton, or even Drew Holiday? No offense to Oklahoma City, but I would much rather have Kevin Durant fine-tune his game and knock a little bit of the rust off if he has any versus them than the Bucks. Oklahoma City is a game that you can win even if everything doesn't go right in Durant's debut. Wendy went on to say on ESPN that the other option for a return would be Wednesday versus the Hornets. And while none of us want to wait that long to see Kevin Durant play, I think it's far preferable than the Bucks. Because once again, the Suns cannot afford to have a disadvantage in games going forward. And of course, Kevin Durant on your team is not a disadvantage, but playing with him for the very first time versus the seasoned championship caliber team in Milwaukee, in my opinion, is just not smart, and it very likely leads to a loss. I hope I'm wrong. I will be very happy if I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments below, which of the 3 games projected do you want Kevin Durant to play in? And also tell me, of the 3 games projected, which one do you actually think he will make his debut in? We'll see you guys Friday for the live stream, as always, versus Oklahoma City. Until then, go Suns.